Hello, morphemes, phonemes, and graphemes. Welcome back to Herng. And where we last left off was a sentence from not Kate. Who was it that gave that sentence again? Anyway, a sentence that was not Kate. We translated and gave me some. Mom, are you watching my stream? Mom! I just hear my voice in the background. Gave me some trouble with thinking up of some grammar. And I hope your day, voice marker, hopefully good. Yeah. So using an adverbial to modify the sentence. Oh. Yes. Okay. Now let me throw that into the grammar doc. I think I should throw it down under phrasality. Heading 2. Nari is will, isn't it? Want. So, what's a good way to describe that? That structure of a state of verb and then wishing, prescribing. Someone else. When you want to wish somebody a good or bad day, hope they're when you because you can expand that structure to more than just a good or bad day. You can probably expand it to something like, I hope your arm heals well, or I hope your arm heals, things get better. So it's more of a I cannot think of when you hoping for something. Let's just call it hoping for something. Say hope blah 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 blah. Then you use the adverb. Use the adverb canary. Canary. And place the target of your hope, target in the desert. Oh god, why am I forgetting? Desert. There we go. Yes, kind of. Yeah. That is the I was originally thinking more of this, but yeah, derivative also works quite well. So optative plus their optative plus, let's just say. So when you want to say I hope, then you use the adverb kanari and place the target in the indirect case. So if you want to say something like I hope you are good, it might be something like ya fa ta fa da. Wait, I don't need to scroll down. I have a dictionary over here. Pronouns. Fa da. Wait, no, me is the indirect. Fa ma. Da is the patient, yeah. Fa ma. And then good mi ba. So quite literally, I voice marker, you indirect, good agent. Oh, I forgot hope. I forgot hope. Just like Pandora's box. Now I'm trying to think about how we might be able to expand this into non-stative verbs. Like, I hope you find your lost mitten or something. But otherwise, that is and then if you want to give a more intense meaning of I want blah 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 with the stative verb, then you replace. Why is that not? There we go. Replace kanari with nari. Yeah, that looks good. I want you to be good. And that matches somewhat with this, with our already existing optative modality. So maybe not optative, but avertive. That would be interesting. Though, isn't it aversive? But how would an aversive like that work? Let's put that on the need to think about how that would be used generally, but that is an interesting idea. Desideratives. Yeah, that's what I figured it would be. And there could be some. We could just mark it with a thing of narrowly, as we don't really have much marking on the verbs themselves. It's mostly just the agreement, and then we have some phrases here to show the aspect down here. But either way, we'll call these desiderative desideratives for now. And then that's been highlighted. So let's see, let's do the sun is rising now. I should probably zoom in. So the sun is rising now. Gaya. Do I have a word for now? I don't think I have a word for now. So we can probably easily get a word for now by using the, let's see, pronouns. Do we have words for this? Yes, we do. So, ye. So we take the word for ye, he, and then the word for time. Gaha, shigaha. We can make a little make this into a little adverbial thing. The sun this time rising. Which would be, I think to rise would be an atelic verb. So yeah, to rise would be an atelic verb, whereas, do I have a word for to rise? Yes, I do. Wah. Oh, nga. Ngaw. Ngongi. Wangongi. So yeah, there we go. The sun is rising now. So that's a pretty simple one to do. There we go. The sun is rising now. The sun now ising. Simple enough. Now, actually, before we continue, I was thinking that it might be a good idea to change a bit of the romanization, or not really change it, but add an alternative to the romanization for typing on like the phone, one's phone or something. Oh, and you don't have the time to add the little marks like that. And the main change, I think, is just the nasal will be replaced with the ogonuk will be replaced with an N when one is unable to type it. As not really much you can do to replace the accent mark or the diacritic to mark the accent. So yeah. So just gonna throw that in there for now. So people have an alternative when they want to type on the phone. Well, when I want to type on the phone. Anyway. She added way too many sentences. Yes, she did. But it's very helpful for me. Where are the basics? There we go. So she added way too many sentences. she, he, they. Let's just do third person. Third person singular. Many, many. Sentence. Add. And then because this is, I feel like add would also be a telic verb. But, well, perfective refers to the whole event. So I could just keep it as the base aspect, or I could make it the perfective aspect, especially if they're done adding sentences. So I think I'm going to make it into the there we go. Perfective aspect. Add perfect. So that would be something like, what is my third person pronoun again? Pronouns. Nga. I should have guessed that. Nga. Ya. Nga ya. The only Conlang I have on the Conlang Discord projects thing is this one. So no, I'm not the one who did I don't think I'm the one who did recommended the Minecraft spider Conlang. I do believe. So do we have a word for many? Does not seem like it. So I think a good idea, we could have a verb for to, actually this would be more of an adjective. To be a lot of many. So pina. So verb for shit, I forgot to add cat's cat made me a thing for automatically making the IPA from the romanization. I forgot to add that. I should add that. Pina. So to be many, there are a lot of. So obviously the most basic use of pina would be pina. Oh god, why am I forgetting the word for apple? That's like the definitive one I use all the time. Na. Pina na. Nya. Pina nya. So many apples. Obviously. But if you said something like Nyawa pina ni. Actually, wait. What is the for there is, it's the indirect. So if you do something like this, it would mean there are a lot of apples. Yeah, so nyaya pinami. So that's how you would use that verb or adjective. Then I think because there are way too many, we could just borrow the reduplication we have for verbs for intensifying or saying something's good. Pipina. Oh, I'm gonna get flack for that one. Okay. Let's see. Quality of an action. But that does have an inherent good or bad meaning to it. But yeah, we can still use it for intensifying the action when it's modifying something. So this is a negative. Okay, one. So this sentence, she added way too many sentences. Way too many is kind of negative in nature. So if we had ngaya pipina, it would be reduplicating it would make the pipina so many with a positive connotation, and then repeating the verb with the negative marking would make it negative in connotation. So yeah, that still works. That still works. Do I have a word for sentence? I do not believe I do. Oh, now I'm getting stumped. How would you derive a word for sentence? I mean, I'm assuming I'm going to have to make a completely new word for it, which would make sense. Or do I have a verb for to think? Does not appear like it. So what if I made a word for to think? No, na, ka, nya, nya. I want this to be 2 syllables long. Nya, fo, nya, fa, nya, fi, nya, fi. To think. Word bucket? What's word bucket? Anyway, so to think, nya, fi. I do have a general nominalizer that I just have lying about, na. So if we take that thought, but also sentence. Now this is following the etymology of sentence in English, actually, as it comes from the Latin sentio or whatnot, meaning to think. and eventually just came into English as sentence, which I think is a pretty good train of thought. So where's it's over here. And I feel like to add, yeah, it'll take the direct marker. And that's gonna no. Actually, not. Yeah, no. That will be the word for add in this language. Only because I just find that it's somewhat amusing that that's the first thing I created or thought up of. To add, increase, so on and so forth. Starts with a glottal stop. So, yeah. Ngaya pipi pipina nya fuda funda funda adani. She added way too many sentences. If we wanted to change this up and say something like she added so many sentences, where it's more of a positive connotation, well, then we would just make this pipina. God damn it. I am a child. Negative. Okay, and that looks pretty good. Quality of an action. Or I just realized, how would you say... Because our general marker of negation is switching the accent pattern on the verb. So Herng is to sell, Herng is to not sell. Is used to negate a negation. But then when we have the reduplication to show quality of an action, the negation just means it was a bad action. So maybe if you want to negate the... If you want to say good, bad action didn't happen, you negate with dar. So the villager didn't trade an apple. It was gonna be positive. It was gonna be negative. And actually, this is kind of related to the avertive you were talking about earlier, where you just where you like barely just miss something. But yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks good. How many pages do I have now, actually? Tools, word count. I have 19 pages, though a large chunk of that is taken up with these example sentences. But let's see. Bring these up here. Now, this is why it's good to have example sentences to translate your Conlang into, as it, one, helps you build up a lot of vocabulary, and two, helps you think of all of these weird little grammatical things you might want or you might need in your language. I'm gonna skip the B-movie ones for now. The fire burned brightly on that summer evening. Okay. So I think this will be our last sentence for the day. So the fire burned brightly on that summer evening. It would obviously be something like fire agent summer evening on brightly burned. And this I suppose that's fair enough. But anyway, oh, who was it? There was someone in the Discord network who was talking about using the demonstratives. Oh, it was you, Fieldling. Okay, yeah, this can actually. God, I'm losing my train of thought. So you recommended using the demonstratives to give some aspect of time. And I kind of did that with now being this time. And so I'm thinking about expanding that to the other things. So that summer evening obviously implies something in the past. And so if we use that, we can eventually develop a tense from the demonstratives. But either way, fire that summer evening on brightly burned. I don't have a word for fire, do I? So, to burn. Set a flame. I'm trying to think about to burn, set a flame, crackle. So something like short high vowels with some stops. Could be just kiki. Kiki. It is a weird phonology, I'll give you that. And then kita would be like a blaze, one who burns, crackles. But then kiku would just be something like a fire, something that just generally crackles, burns, blazes, a fire. I definitely don't have a word for summer. I don't think seasons are a thing in Minecraft, so probably instead of saying summer, we could just use month. Rear, which is literally just 4 weeks, actually thinking about it. Wait. God, nah. I mean, that's fair enough. But is there like a cycle for weather conditions? Because I don't think there is. Basics. Right, I was on already there. So fa. So I'll just say that month. Fa or even just elongate it. Father. That month's evening. That day's. Because it's calling back to a specific moment in time. So that day's evening. Ufa. Ufer. 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 Then what was the locative li, which I think, because location and time often go hand in hand, we'll do that. So kiku ya fan ga ki irfirli kikingi kikini ni. I forgot the word for brightly, which I do have, don't I? Yes. Narakar kikingi. So fire that summer evening on burned brightly. What, the absolutely batshit insane grammar I'm creating for this? Or just the fact that I'm doing this in general? There's so much going on here that's wild. That is fair enough, actually. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But either way, we did these 4 sentences today. We added the desiderative. I realized I had no way to negate the quality of an action, so I added that. Also expanded the meaning of the quality of the action. Added a few new words. So I think that is good for today. And I am considering... Let me think about that one a bit more. Do you guys have any NLP experience by any chance? NLP? What? Natural language processing is a machine learning technology? No, I do not have any NLP. I am not a computational linguist. I am very much a historical and glottologist. At least those are my fields of interest. Considering the villagers are peaceful, does Herng have words for war terms and crimes? Yes. They will have terms for that. As I'm considering basing my the basis for my villager Conlang and culture is not just the ones we find in game, but also from certain animations, like element animations. And I don't know if you know this, but they have a lot of wars. I'm working on homework and I need help. How did the... Well, welcome to the channel, I guess. That's a, How did researching NLP lead you to my channel, though? That's an interesting one. But either way, I think I will end it here today. And we'll continue again next week, where I might implement something I've been thinking about for a while, or might not if I need more time to think about it. But otherwise, until then, I bid you all adieu. No, I'm gonna be streaming later next week at like 2:30ish. But anyway, adieu.